Uh, guys. Guys. The fish tank people got to me. They got to me. No more talking about that. I don't know. My whole computer blue screened. So what were you saying? I'm not sure, but it was probably very important. Go back in the VOD. TikTok live trauma. do 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 do. Okay. Let's play around for a second. Let's see just how accurate I can clock this. Okay. Do 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 do. Making sure that I don't leak anything. Not that there's that much to leak. Okay, let's think about this. So, let's do guys, girls, 8 of each. This is literally just me being 100% accurate. Jag, lock. Let's go in order of like the locks, right? Tucker, lock. Who are the women who are locks? Chelsea, if she wants to come back, is a lock. Angela is a total lock. You're almost out of storage. You never run out of storage. Google just bluffs. Thanks, Jerry, for the 9 minutes, 17 months, and Rick for the Prime. I appreciate you. Taylor, if she wants to do it, and I think she would. I don't know. It's fun. She's always been very successful on these shows. I think she'd do it. There's also like a certain FOMO that you're going to have not doing it, right? Especially with when all these people you know are. Tiffany is a lock if she wants to do it. I think Hannah's only problem would be there's probably going to be a lot of BB23 on here. Honestly, Xavier's a lock if he wants to do it. I feel certain about this. Derek X. Again, we're kind of pushing the BB23 thing here, but I think this would be about a lock. I don't know if Turner would be a lock. I think, at least for like the theoretical race, him and Megan as a pair was super intriguing. Like Turner's good by himself, but Megan's also like a really good pair. Casey was a fucking lock. I'll tell you that much. I think Quinn's only problem could be the volume of 26ers. Because I think Chelsea, Angela, and Tucker are essentially locks, and does that leave room for a Quinn when there's other people in that archetype? Whether it's people from the past or people from future seasons in that archetype. Josh, for sure. Josh is a absolute fucking lock. I could see Josh maybe saying no, just because I assume he's got other opportunities, but I don't know. I don't think you say no. All these 26 people were already on TAR, so they don't all need to be there. Brianna, I don't think you understand. This is our biggest indication that they would be on the next All-Star season. Like, it's not like, oh, we got to spread the love, you know? Like, it's, I agree with you where it's like, I think CBS's biggest problem with like returnee casting is they just find their people and stick with them. Just Jag's an example where like, obviously I love Jag. I would enjoy watching him on another season. It's like, since BB25, he's already been on BB26 twice and theoretically The Amazing Race, right? So it's like, it's a lot of things in quick succession because they have a good relationship with him, and obviously, you know, they like him as a TV character. Thanks, Martins, for the tier 1. I appreciate you. Mama Fee is an alternate. I feel like we've gotten a lot of indications that Mama Fee would not be contacted, which is insane, but would Cam from Y'all season be asked? Production loved him. You know who I think is much more likely to be asked is fucking Cody. Does anyone think they wouldn't call Cody again? I appreciate it. The Mensienta. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. You guys don't think they'd call Cody? Cody Calafiore, of course. Not Cody C. You don't think he gets the call instantly? Winner of Big Brother All-Stars 2? Mensa Yenta. I see. I think they call him media. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need more women on this cast. Anyone from 24 outside of Taylor? Probably not. Anyone from 23? I don't think they would ask Ozza back. I think they have enough 23ers. Any 25 women? I mean, I don't even know if they'd call Suri, but I think Suri would do it, to be honest. I really think she would. Rockstar. Guys, we have to pick people who we think actually could get called. MJ, potentially. I think you get my username in Mensa and Yenta, a Jew that talks a lot. Hey, we have two things in common. You don't think Quinn? I think Quinn's only problem will be the amount of 26ers on the cast. But in that archetype, in like a vacuum, I think he'd be the first pick. Suri would do it, though. She said never BB again. I believe she would do it again if she didn't have other plans, other things scheduled. But I promise, and I know you guys will believe me, I have not talked to her about this. Suri and I are not like chatting every now and then. Lakers update. Let's see. I have the other tab open. I don't think you guys are going to be able to even see the screen. Yeah, you guys can't see shit, so I don't know. It's a commercial. Cat. Yeah, I mean, obviously they've opened that door again, it seems. Maybe. It's like, what do you do with Izzy? Like, do they call Izzy again? Maybe. Like, obviously I thought Izzy would not get a call back until recently. I can see them casting America. I cannot. It'd be a good choice. I just don't see that at all. Just exactly, Al. This is how CBS does it. They have their people and they stick with them. No, I'm not in South Florida anymore, but I'll be down there soon. But Coral Springs like 30 minutes from me, maybe. You and Mensa too. Nah, the Jewish and talks a lot thing. I could see that, Tom. Yeah, I mean, Tommy hits an archetype that they don't have, right? But I think these are basically the locks. In my opinion, like, I would be genuinely shocked if all of these people were not on the cast if they wanted to be. I'd be more surprised by America than Jared. I think I would be more surprised by Jared, frankly. Just because, like, why? And then you start thinking, like, who's the older people, like, from, not older people, like, from earlier seasons they'd ask back. I could see someone like Haley. I could see, like, would they call, like, Natalie again? Maybe. But these are the only people who I think, like, they would just be on the cast. So. Thank you, Martins, for the 5 gifted. What's going on? I appreciate it. What a person. What a dude. Thanks, Martins. What about Joseph from 24? I would be, like... honestly, the cast I'm building kind of sucks. Not because any of the individuals suck, but they all are way too close. They all know each other way too intimately. And you put in, like, Joseph with Taylor, and then, like, you throw Kyland in there, too, and, Jag is friends with everybody, and Casey's friends with everybody, and, like, it just... I can't see a way of them doing All-Stars 3 anytime soon. With these casts are too chummy right now. But again, I appreciate it, Martins. Do you think people getting on the challenge opens the door for returning to BB? No. I don't think it hurts at all. But I don't think it has any positive effect. That's a whole different department. The challenge, like, it's under the Paramount umbrella, but that's the MTV people, Booney, Murray, whatever that, like. Whereas all these other CBS umbrella shows are like, that's the same process, same people. And you can tell based on, like, the people they call back for, the challenge. Like, it's not usually the people that CBS would want back, with some exceptions. Haven't seen him forever. Are you and your girl still together? Sorry, I can't remember her name. Mad disrespectful, Chloe. You Google her name. But what's up? But yeah, she's in the other room. Actually, this time. America. Yeah, it's kind of weird to forget her name. It's a very distinct one. A lot of first time chatters today. For what? For what and why? If they did coaches, I think the perfect people to bring back would be like Tiffany is probably like the perfect example of someone. From 26, I think Chelsea would be the only one who would make sense as a coach. I think Quinn would be funny as a coach because he'd be like so, I think, protective of his people. Vanessa's one of those people though, where it's like, I think she's one of the last remaining like legends from Big Brother that hasn't come back for anything. She might be the only one. Let's be real. After Dr. Will came back, Derek came back. Even some of the more recent legends have come back for stuff now. Like, I think Vanessa's like the last remnant of like they would never bring her back. Surely she's been called for stuff, you'd think. The rare example of awesome player and insane person. Parentheses, affectionate. Like, I'm sure she's totally normal, but in the game, insane. Now that feeds are only live and demographics of show have changed since BB23, I'm sure ratings not as good. Trying to understand your comment. Now that feeds are only live and demographics of show have changed since BB23, I'm sure ratings. I don't know what you mean by the demographics of the show and why that would hurt ratings. Can you elaborate? No more flashbacks. I think people drastically overrate the impact that live feeds have on casual viewers, like in ratings. And I'm the biggest advocate for, having full unadulterated live feeds, but I don't think it matters for the ratings. And I think CBS knows that, unfortunately. They ruined BB Can. Okay. In a way, yeah, but BB Can was never thriving, if that makes sense, or at least not anytime recently. BB Can 10 is the best BB Can season ever, and like the show was on a downward trajectory in terms of like the road to getting canceled after that season. Like I think it's hard for us to understand because we are in the reality TV world and we love BB Can, but like it was just not a successful show, unfortunately. And it's not too much, like I don't have much to blame the network or the production people. They did a great job casting too. Even BB Can 12, no feeds, it was still good. Yeah, I agree, Mensa. I don't think you should elaborate because I definitely disagree with whatever you're saying. I don't think there's like people are tuning out because too many winners are diverse. I don't believe that. It was successful in terms of Canadian reality TV. No Canadian reality show ever lasts that long. It's weird because they always have them. Like, Traders Canada exists, and Canada's Amazing Race and Canada's Ultimate Challenge. Like, they exist. I guess it's just like the viewer base is so much lower. Got to get business beyond the pod. We're lazy. She would do it. She was super sweet. Wouldn't matter. I think really I don't know why Big Brother US doesn't just do a BB Can, BB US thing. It doesn't have to be like fancy. Just do BB All Stars 3 and throw in like Betty. Throw in Dougie. Throw in like some of the greatest hits. It just makes the job of casting so much easier. And I guess the thing would be like the US audiences wouldn't know them, but like the US casual audiences, like how many even fucking remember some of these people from like BB 20, 21, 23? Like my dad watches every episode of Big Brother. And if I wasn't involved, he wouldn't know shit. He just watches and then it exits his mind, Yeah, Tim Dormer, I guess. Why are the Wolves beating the Lakers? Any plans for the Insta subscription? Maybe I'll post a little vlog today. I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. I don't think I'm going to do lives. Because I think whenever we do Instagram lives, we'll just do them on America's. So I think mine should be more like Q&A based. Jackson Hayes, that's why. Is he playing like shit? Oh, Luke is complaining to the refs. We're so back. Oh, LeBron, chase down block. My king. I've been watching since 2007, BB Can 8 with Dick Donato. I started watching season 9 or 10. I was a child. And I was a child for like 10 years after that, but you're telling me the average TV viewer doesn't remember the BB-21 seventh boot? It's a disparaging way of talking about her. Very dehumanizing. You should do cooking lives for Insta subs. That's an interesting idea. This is interesting. Ian knows the whole order. So do I. Here's what I'll say. Last time we did a cooking live, it got very tense. I was getting very frustrated and tilted. Have you gained some cooking skills? I might have lost them. I did a lot of door dashing that I shouldn't have done because I have a car. But I kind of couldn't walk for like a month, which is like my excuse for ordering DoorDash. Lakers have to shoot 50, 40, 90 to beat this Wolves defense. They really don't. They just need to fucking use their size. And Luka should be able to play Gobert off the floor. They should be fine. This is a good matchup for the Lakers. Lakers getting cooked. It's young. It will be fine. Oh, Gobert just fathered LeBron. Use their size. Yeah, they'll lose in the center position, but in all, like, who the fuck's supposed to cover Luka and LeBron? They don't have size for that. And on the perimeter, they can cook Gobert. I do not think it's a good matchup for the T-Wolves. It's young. You guys are overreacting. Julius Randle, the Luka stopper. Shut up. Luka been mid lately. Y'all are so... What's the word I'm looking for? Stupid and bad. Jaden McDaniels is so fucking skinny. Luka cooked him for like 6 games last year. He's a great perimeter defender. He cannot defend Luka. That's been established. They should put him on Reeves and just take Reeves out of the fucking game. Is anyone looking forward to this Fantastic Four? It looks so stupid to me. I'm watching a trailer right now. Try baking. I think baking is more stressful. Because, like, cooking, you can't really screw it up. Like, you can undercook something a little bit, overcook it, whatever. Baking is like, it either works or it doesn't. It's also like there's no room for creativity in baking. I'm an expert. The thing looks like Korg. Kind of. I mean, they're both rock beings. Baking is a science. Boo. Hate that. Go see Sinners. We were talking about seeing it tonight, me and America, but I feel like she's going to back out. I might back out too. Usually we're like, let's do this late night movie, and then we're like, yeah, I'm so sleepy. The Thing picks up a Beetle. What more do you want? I feel like you would drive a Beetle, Quinn. Is that crazy? Wait a minute. I've driven in your Beetle. That's why I think that. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me. My bad. So Quinn, when you coming to Nashville? What's the deal? I just made my Big Brother All-Stars 3 Sure Things cast. You want to see who's on it? Do you have any basically the metric is if they say yes, they're on the cast. Guaranteed. You snubbed me? Nah, I think your only problem is if they are obsessed with the same 26ers. Yeah. Quinn, I got a fancy cabana for us on the cruise. Oh my God. Can we talk about this shit? And I say this, and I am happy for my mom. I think it's going to be very fun. We'll enjoy it. But my mom bought this cabana for like one of the cruises stops. Like you stop at like an island. You get off. And she bought this like massive cabana, and she keeps talking about like the premise of, you know, during the trip, everyone could just cycle in and out. It could be like a home base. And I think in her head, like Brendan and Rachel are going to stop by the cabana and chat for a few hours, and then they're going to come off, and it's going to be like, you know, Jag and Riley or, you know, Quinn and this person. And then I was like, this is so dumb. No one's going to do that. Then she sent me a picture of the cabana, and I'm like, oh, people might hang out here. It looks kind of nice. I liked you, Quinn, last season, but couldn't only live feeds. No DVR. Flashbacks after 2 weeks. I stopped watching. Feeds were a must. Only watching 3 times a week. Edited show. Not the same. The feeds were still up. It wasn't that bad. I think people are a little bit dramatic about, you know, they cut a lot out. It was very choppy. Genius UK thoughts. I'm very excited. We're going to do our full Genius rewatch soon over the next week. I'm cruising in the Utopia the week before you guys, and I wish we would have gotten a cabana. Here's my advice, Petty. Oh, so leave a note somewhere on the cruise that I can find. It'd be like a little scavenger hunt. I'm very excited about it. It was worse having to filter out the Indian tweets from the hashtag BB26 tag. Is that a thing? I know there was a shit ton of Hebrew on the BB25 feed, which I always had to sort through. Was there a lot of people writing in Hindi? Tell your room number. I wish I had it. The Pusha T tweets from 25. $26 for choppier than 25 somehow. Yeah, it's so weird because like the 25, like we didn't say anything worth being cut. We were all good Samaritans. Will y'all have a balcony room? I'm not sure. I would think we're the guests of honor, right? You'd think. Charlie on Coachella in 30 minutes. Coachella's still going on? Didn't Lady Gaga perform at Coachella like a week and a half ago? Am I crazy? It's still going? It's 2 weekends in a row? Damn, I didn't know that. Holy shit, how expensive is it to go to Coachella? No, trust me, I get it, Mensa. I had to use our like bullshit flashback the way RGP was doing it for the live feed updates to prepare. Paying thousands of dollars to watch live music is worse than literally just watching live stream on the internet. Yeah, but it's different, right? Like, you know, it is so beyond different. Someone sold you theirs for $300. I don't know if I'm ever going to do Coachella. It doesn't seem like my vibe. I'd have to like do drugs. That's, you know, I don't think that'd be the move. Did they cut feeds for earlier seasons too? Or did feed cuts a reaction to BB15? I wouldn't say they were necessarily a reaction to BB15. I think that changed a lot in terms of like how they cast the show and how they did the show in general. But like, honestly, I think what changed things the most was Luke saying the N-word. Because somehow they didn't cut that. Like, it was weird. Like, it cut in to show it almost. And then from then on, BB25's feeds changed drastically, and then 26's kind of started super, especially with that first week, with the Angela of it all. I think people were like, they were quick on the button, and they just never stopped. I don't get why live music is so eardrum bleeding loud. It's for the people in the back, basically. So, you know, when you're in the middle or you're in the front, it's kind of a problem. My best/worst concerts. I think I've been to like 4 concerts total. 5. I've been to Cyndi Lauper, Olivia Rodrigo, Charlie XCX. Ninja Sex Party. Is that it? That might be it. Why can't the Lakers guard the perimeter today? They have never been able to guard star guards. They don't have the personnel for that. But the whole point is the other team shouldn't be able to guard them, so we'll see. Cyndi Lauper's a flex. That was definitely the worst concert I've ever been to, though. Because the woman in our row was dying, and that kind of added a level of stress. Well, not even in our row. The woman next to me. The best concert was probably Olivia, to be honest. Olivia was pretty good. But not Cyndi Lauper. She was great. And then they had Haley Williams come out, and that was sick. Wish I saw Olivia. Honestly, Olivia's not. She's very young, and I'm sure she'll, get better. She's not like the craziest live performer, but like I just love that album, and it's very Swifty. Like everyone in the audience loves it, and everyone's into it. Like it was a good atmosphere. We were very far back for that concert. Is she the same age as you? Yeah, I think she's same exact class as me. Maybe exact same age. She's very fun though. She's like, I don't know. I like the energy, but she's not like Lady Gaga in terms of like it's a super elaborate show. Saw the Rolling Stones a few years ago. I would love to. I'd love to go to a rock concert. Would you guys believe me if I said America and I have plans to see the Imagine Dragons? It's a bit of a leak right there, but would you guys believe me? They still exist? Oh, yeah. You already told us? Not true. Nope, I have not mentioned this before. I did not tell you. Liars. All of you. Liars. In Copenhagen? Nope, that's a coincidence that you know that. How did all of you guys just come to this conclusion? Y'all are crazy. Let's check the Big Brother Reddit. There's got to be some good stuff today. They've got to be discussing me, right? Tommy Bracco got married. See, this is what annoys me. Why do they always talk about other people instead of me? Except All-Stars, which cast do you think had the best players? BB17. Had there been no pre-gaming, would BB22 look the same? Yes. All right. There's the Reddit recap. What do you guys think? I think I answered those well. I'm supposed to do a Reddit AMA at some point. I'm like, what the fuck do people have to ask me? I think I'm too accessible online where any question someone's wanted to ask me, they've already asked me. Like, what takes have I not given out already? Like, ad nauseum. It's to the point where every Reddit post that's made, people are like, oh, what Cory thinks is this. Where's the Google form? Shut up. What are your favorite Reddit pages? I've been reading a lot of Am I the Asshole, like, adjacent subreddits. Because like I'm looking for social media to scroll that's not Twitter. And that's what I've found for the time being. Grand reveal that you think Jag is a good winner. I never said that. Never said that. I think people are unnecessarily low in his game. We can go into it. Ask follow-up questions, please. Oh, I told America this earlier. Since America come back or went on our social media break initially, I took a huge step today in my like rehabilitation, my reintegration into society, if you will. For the first time since she started her break, I have consumed content about Big Brother 25. We're back. Guys, I've locked back in. In what form? That's none of your business. But I locked back in. Very good. How'd that go? Pretty well. Did I watch fan cams of me at the gym? No. Why would you even say that? Why would you bring that up? Of course not. That's weird. Move on. I have different things going on in my life. He rewatched the Matt pod. Yeah, the what is it? The Odd Duck broadcast. I don't think it's the Ugly Duckling broadcast. Because I feel like if I accidentally call it the Ugly Duckling, that seems mean. If it's not the case. Quinn's like, yeah, I was on the Ugly Pound Town podcast. I wouldn't feel good about that. You meant the ice pick? I know what you meant. It's time for Quinn to start naming names. Quinn comes into this chat and he's all bold. I go on a history and he's like, yeah, all those people, who I've got beef with. What date is the cruise again? Ask Quinn. He knows. She got tickets to Orlando. Orlando. Look at LeBron just making 2 free throws like it's nothing. My mom just walked by the screen and said it looks like he has been on a bender. Yeah. I wouldn't say that. I've got a Coke Zero. It's my 3rd soda of the day. So that's not good, but June 9th? All right, sounds right. You should come on the Odd Duck broadcast to fix Got to Get Out. I gotta think, Quinn. What's something we could do? What's a good piece of content that you and I can create that no one else in the universe can create to that same quality? What about some like IRL wrestling content? Celebrity boxing match. Okay, can I be honest, guys? Who do you actually think would win in a fight, me or Quinn? Like genuine. I'll run a poll. I'm curious because obviously I feel very confident. I'm just curious. Who win fight? Q or Cory? All right. I have the size advantage. I'm pretty sure I have the weight advantage. Obviously, I have the girth advantage. I was trying to keep a straight face. He'd use those rock climbing grippers on you. I'm not even convinced he's better at rock climbing than me anymore. I've gotten kind of good. I'm flying at V3s. He's quicker, is he? What's the evidence? You can pull his hair, though. I wouldn't do that. 62% say Quinn. You can't beat anyone, bro. Damn, Lila really thinks she's less expendable than she is. I fired Lila from her editing duties like 10 months ago. It's just hitting her now. I did deny her severance. So I don't blame her, but Quinn would fight dirty. Here's the thing. I think Quinn has too pure of a soul. I think halfway through the fight, Quinn would go, I'm really fighting Cory from Big Brother 25. That's when I'd feed him a knuckle sandwich. Cory would beat Joseph. I'm done talking shit about Joseph online. He's always lurking. That is incorrect. I'm a demon. Do you think Satan in hell talks to his like municipals and says like I'm a demon? Demons don't call themselves demons. The other people call them demons. Joseph 1v2s you and Quinn. Are we talking Abden? Because I think we win that, me and Quinn combined. Do a charity stream where you fight Quinn. What would we be raising money for? You're talking Rodriguez. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Joseph 1v2s me and Quinn. I think that's unlikely. We can take any Joseph. Maybe. Yeah, Pooch. I forgot Pooch is a Joseph. I'm worried about Pooch, I'll be honest. I think I beat Quinn in a fight. I believe that wholeheartedly. And it's no disrespect to Quinn. It's just a lot of respect to me. Why are you worried about him? Who did I say I'm worried about? I'm kind of in a daze right now. Oh, Pooch? No, I'm not worried about, like, Pooch's well-being. I'm saying if he fought us, I'd be more threatened by Pooch than even Joseph. Because Joseph, I feel like I know him well enough where, like, if I yield, he'll yield. He'll be like, all right. I don't know if Pooch would, accept my surrender like that. Yeah, it's Joseph Pucciarella, right? Did you watch Jet Lag? Oh, God, my brain is fried. I just read that as, did you watch Jag? Oh, no. No Shot Pooch even knows who you are? That's insane. Of course he does. Pooch has served me a drink before. I talked to him at the Oasis podcast. Isn't there a BB-8 Joe? We don't talk about BB-8 Joe. I'm sure Quinn has BB-8 Joe stories, too. I don't have any BB-14 Joe stories. I'm surprised BB-8 Joe's not on the cruise. Maybe he is. I don't know. I'll never forget Chef Joe, though. Cory, did you sleep last night? Yeah. I tell you what, we had a very lazy day, me and America, today. I went to bed and woke up pretty late and later around. I did go to the gym. I've been back on my gym grind. So that's good. Cory's drink says he is the GOAT. That is, oh my God, I'm drinking the GOAT Coke Zero during a Lakers game. What a life. American and I had the same experience with BB-8 Joe Lamau. I think everyone does. He kind of sets himself up for it. You could post gym IG sub stories like Joseph BB25. I think you mean age 25, parentheses 25, or BB24. But yeah, no, me, American definitely did have that experience. Should I create gym content? What do you guys think? Would you guys like that? I wish I could stream in the gym. I think that would make my treadmill runs very easy if I could talk to chat. H2O? You're on thin ice, buddy. Any content, really? I think the easiest thing for me to do is just like post that Q&A thing and then just like answer video questions. I enjoy doing that. I like yapping. It's like a big cameo. I should do more rock climbing stuff because I have a lot of rock climbing videos. But really, like, if I were to say, like, what do you guys want? And, like, get a genuine, honest polling of all my Instagram subs, I assume the number one question is stuff with America. Would be my guess. And you guys could, like, in this chat, be like, no, but, you know. No, not Ayo. I'm not talking about, what do you, guys? Chat? I think I could get Howie on the podcast, by the way. I think we're going to get drunk on the cruise. I'm going to get Howie to do the Pound Town podcast with us. And the great thing is, I'm going to ask him so many questions that he is going to answer. He's going to have no restraint. Balls look doable? What the fuck does that even mean? I'm trying so hard to think about what that... Oh, let's enter a rodeo. Balls look doable. Okay, that first message made the second message make a lot more sense. I don't know, Quinn. Last I saw, the Big Brother alum who went to the rodeo and took pictures got in a lot of trouble. So I don't know if I want anything to do with that. Yeah, it's like I was offline. I wasn't that offline. When the drama carries over to Instagram, that's when you know it's good. One of my favorite, guys, they're besties. One of my favorite things to see is when an online influencer is apologizing for something, and that apology is the only way you heard about the thing they're apologizing for. And I feel like that happens so much with like Big Brother level celebrities. The best example I could think of was like Cameron when he had his whole like post-game situation where it's like him posting that apology on Instagram was the biggest mistake he could have made. Put the guests on the game room, keep the Pound Town podcast for you two. Wow, and now you're really saying Quinn's guest episode on the Pound Town podcast was ass. That's crazy. Right in front of him, too. The chat GPT apologies from influencers always crack me up. I legitimately think it is impossible to make a good apology. That like, for an online influencer. That's my hot take. I think it is impossible to make an apology. I think the people who you'd say, oh, they made a good apology and were forgiven, you actually didn't care about the thing they did in the first place, and you were willing to forgive them. Does that make sense? Yeah, you were on twice, actually, Quinn. Like, when people are like, oh, Jenna Marbles actually apologized. No one actually really cared about Jenna Marbles like that. They were fine with her. I think if you make like a good apology where you say everything you're supposed to, it's ChatGPT. And if you make anything else sucks. So it's like singing an apology is the worst. No, I would rather sing an apology than have a ChatGPT apology. Because at least like it's America's Sierra Burgess theory, where at least the apology makes me feel something. I don't want an apology just be like, all right, their PR person got on this. Here's what you should do. If you're an influencer and you get in a controversy, you go offline and you wait a month and a half, 2 months, maybe less. Get back online, act like nothing happened. You'll be fine. That's what you should do. Now, if you're like a good person and did something bad and want to apologize, that also makes a ton of sense. That's fine to do too. But if your only goal is like getting away from it scot-free, that's what you should do. Cody Co. It's exactly Cody Co. The thing is, like, it's so hard to make an apology where you don't position yourself as the victim. And if you do the whole, like, I'm not a victim, like, the person I did this to, like, obviously they deserve everything or whatever, then people are like ChatGPT. So it's just like, really all that matters is the severity of what you did and people's perception of you. And the apology will be received depending on that, That's my apology hot take. But anyways, all this to say, Quinn, don't want to go to the rodeo. First of all, I feel bad for the animals. I think this is a very common thing, but watching like animals get hurt is my least favorite thing ever. Closely followed up by America removing my blackheads. That's my second least favorite thing. Third least favorite thing is Quinn's sub dance, which is weird because it's also one of my top 5 favorite things. The only thing that's in both categories. Except for Angry Orchards, which is also in both categories. Whistlenut would have loved us. You know what's crazy? You know what changed my whole perspective? So obviously, America and I are on Big Brother 25. People said some very mean things about both of us. More so America, but both of us. Quinn was on BB 26. People said some mean things about him, right? And there's always that question of like, do you forgive? Do you forget? Do you let it roll off your back? Is it the tension of the Big Brother house, the pressure cooker, that kind of thing? I talked to Kevin Schluber at a Nashville Bryson Wen event. Not the last Nashville one, 2 events ago. And he was talking about, like, we were talking about what Jason said about his wife. And Kevin's like, what are you going to do? He's a great guy. And I'm like, that's crazy. Because nothing that was said about us even compared to that. Not to say, like, he's 100%, like, it's always up to you whether you want to accept someone's apology. But that changed my whole perspective where I'm like, maybe it's not that deep. And also, when you hear what is said in some of these other shows that are maybe not under the CBS family-friendly umbrella, it almost shines a new light and perspective on Big Brother, where you're like, damn, this guy would be an angel on this other show. I think that's kind of interesting. You have to like recalibrate, because like, and also the difference between BB25 or just Big Brother in general, but especially the longer seasons, is like you grow very close to these people. Like, and I mean this, I probably have talked to Blue more, just in terms of like minutes talked to, than like most of my close friends. Maybe not close friends, most of my like friends over the past 2 years. Because when you're locked in a house with someone, you just talk to them and spend so much more time with them, even someone like Blue, who I didn't talk to that much. in the house. Like I talk to most people more, but like you just have more interactions with everyone. It's very weird. Yeah, I'm sorry, like I'm not giving perfect context for everything, but like I don't want to regurgitate what Jason said. Like that's weird. I don't even want to put that out there. Did you see Bowie's TikTok that mentioned you in America? I did not. Someone want to send it? Was it recent? I don't know what you're referring to. Does Kevin live in Boston? He does. We're talking about that. I love Kevin. Such a nice guy. So beyond clear why he got cast. Like he's got that it factor 12 times over. Bowie's getting millions of views on her judges. Yeah, no, she told me she's blowing up. I'm like, yeah, it's popping up in my feed, so. Not the TikTok, I meant Kevin and Jason, I see. She was comparing y'all to JoJo and Chris. There's some differences for sure. What's the deal with JoJo Siwa and Chris? Like, they're just like close to each other. She said people are different outside of the house, but not always because you and America are still together. I think it's still different. Like I understand why people like are together in the house and then not after the fact. But I think usually you can tell which ones are gonna last. You know what I mean? Like what's the last one that's been like a blindside to you guys of they either broke up or stayed together? Like on our season, I think anyone really watching would have predicted all three. And that doesn't mean like everyone gets married and has kids. If America and I break up in 10 years, I think people would say like, yeah, that's a successful showmance, you know? Tangela's even one of those examples. Like they lasted, you know? And then they didn't because not every relationship is eternal. But like I don't think there's ever been like honestly, you know what? Memphis and Christmas was a crazy one. That one I didn't think would go anywhere. And that lasted a long time. And I guess it ultimately went exactly where I thought it would, but you know, this is Bowie's TikTok. Let's see it. Oh God. All right. Same shape. Let's lock in. Why am I having so much trouble with there's R's. Here we go. Very good. See, that's the state I'm in right now.
Okay, I think this is generally correct.
All right, so unfortunately it's one of those things that only work in a certain setting. Once they're out in the real world, they won't have this connection or this much in common.
Like the real world really is the connections you make in the Big Brother house. It is very real at the time, and then when you get out, people sort of are different when they get out. And I know this from experience because people.
Who do you guys think Bowie's talking about? You guys got any theories?
Playing a game in there, so I guess people are on their best behavior or they are on their worst behavior sometimes. But in an example where it has worked, Cory in America from my season of Big Brother 25, they are still together and still going strong, and they met in the Big Brother house. So I think it can work. It's just, you're right that it's like your best friends at school. Some people continue with their best friends after, but most people, it's a little different when you're in the real world. And yeah, so I think it's an interesting point. But
when you talk about Bowie's one-sided beef with Quinn, it makes me so sad. Because also, there's no beef. I promise if we need to get them in Nashville at the same time, get along so well. The two people I would swear by the most, two of the three people I'd swear by the most from Big Brother. But like, nah. Bowie's agenda against Quinn is he talks to the cameras, which is very funny. Lakers are cooked. How bad is it? 62-48. Yeah, y'all gotta relax. They're winning this game. They're obviously winning this game. I'm taking Bowie in a fight versus Quinn. She got the height advantage. Got the reach advantage. Both placed the same on the wall. Yeah, I'd go with Bowie. It's 70 to 48. Am I that far behind? It's 10:08 left in the third. I'm gonna fucking add right now. She's a tennis player. Hell of a tennis player too. I'm a contact sport guy. No, I don't even need to go into this, Quinn. You made soccer a contact sport. Any new school updates? Nothing has changed since the last time I chatted with y'all. We looked at a lot of apartments. Everything in Boston's older, but we found some decent options. Problem is, it's too early to be looking at apartments because like every apartment we look at is going to be gone and new ones are going to be available. Did you put deposit on Cardozo? I did not. No. It's a lot of money to waste if I don't think I'm going there. So pretty locked in. Quite locked in. September 1st is huge for Boston. Yeah, I could tell. Which is nice. Like every place is renting at September 1st. Are you going to take your car? Yeah. Yeah, I think. Hopefully parking is included or not that expensive on top of the rent. But even if I don't drive it around the city, which I don't think I will, for like outings, I feel like Boston, there's more reason to go to the suburbs than New York City, for example. Can't wait for you to get a Boston accent. Honestly, after seeing the rumored Amazing Race cast, I think what I'm missing is a Boston accent. So just like for no other reason than future reality TV opportunities, I think I need to move to Boston. You, me, Kenny, and Tucka on All Stars 3 going Boston strong. Who's the least likely to get asked back? Honestly, it's obviously Kenny. I'm trying to think of like, let's say All Stars 3 happens tomorrow, Quinn, right? We both get calls. We basically have to run campaigns against each other, right? It's kind of how that works. Which is good because I have a lot of material. Yeah, no, this game's cooked. 14-0 run for the... Wait, LeBron's 3 is going to get us back into this. There you go. See, we're so back. Just change archetypes. I'm on my way. I'm gonna go. I don't drink coffee. I'm gonna become the buff guy soon. If they can put Enzo and his brother and Tucker and his brother, they can put you and Quinn on BB together. See, I understand the sentiment, but you are wrong on the reality. Just take Xavier's spot. I think we're competing for the same spot. So what you guys think? They cast me for quirk, and they'd cast you for the strategy. You were like the most strategic person on your season. Top 2, 3, at least. But yeah. Definitely the quirkiest on your season. And you had some quirky small beans on your season. I'll tell you that much. You had a lot of quirksters. Brooklyn, mother strategic queen. I would hear an argument for Brooklyn top 10 player of all time. I wouldn't agree. I'd hear it. Also, I love the confidence. Like, Tucker wouldn't do Big Brother again. Y'all, you receive the call, and then you're like, was it so bad? How many people have we heard, like, oh, they said they'd say no for Survivor 50. They get the call. It's like, yes, please. I'm available whenever. Same with, Big Brother, Amazing Race. The era of saying no to shows is over. Unless you're Vanessa Russo. Tucker would say yes, then complain / want to quit again. Probably, but, it's okay. Like, here's the thing. On All-Stars, they would just get rid of him. And if, like, truly Rubino wasn't there, like, I think he would just be out of the house earlier. Because he would have less motivation. Are you skipping Survivor this season? I think so. I might watch it eventually. I heard it's just bad, so. Per rumors, Kelly Wentworth said no to 50. Good. I love Kelly Wentworth. She's awesome. She was really funny on America's Podcast. Like, she's great, but like, again, it's her fourth time since season 29. That would be like 4 out of 20 seasons. Like, I don't know. Like, for what? God, the Lakers down 23. This is good. We need Zach on another show. It's hard to imagine the circumstances that would happen. Because it feels like the circumstances that would happen just happened, you know? But, you know, he'd obviously be a good pick. The Amazon got off to a fun start, audio issues aside. Do you guys know how much I fucking died inside when I heard the audio? Because it's not something you could re-record. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, we tested the audio before and it was fine, but StreamYard just has a tough time trying to, like, mesh these things together. I have to figure out a way to record them independently. We do Genius UK coverage? Probably. I hope the show's good. Hasn't he been getting buff? He's preparing for the challenge. Who are we talking about? Zach? That'd be an inspired choice. It was fine during the BB Can rewatch. So the difference between that was the BB Can rewatch was like Google Drive links. So it was just like another tab, whereas this was like on Paramount. I don't know how that would change things, but it did. Does StreamYard have a support team you can contact? Really, I should just talk to one of these podcasters and they could probably figure it out. But I thought it was like we didn't change anything from BB Can 10. No, it was unlistenable. I listened to it and I was like, well, shit. Genius US casting is put on hold. Looks like they may want to see how the UK one's received first. What network is the US one even on? Is it like Sci-Fi or something? I feel like it's always on a goofy channel, these kinds of shows. Is Luca hurt? I think he's just being a baby. He's a baby sometimes. He'll be fine. Is America trying to hide? What do you mean? You mean like from the stream, from the cameras? No, I don't think so. I think she's just doing things at her own pace. She did a live a bit ago. Ah, great. Fucking Rui fadeaway. 1 second left in the shot clock. And then an Ant 3. Holy, this game's rough. You said he was the Luca stopper, not the Luca killer. The Luca murderer. Yeah, no, that's the way I have to do it. I have to figure out how to actually do that, though. Who is the most useless Laker? In the rotation? Depending on the matchup, either Jackson Hayes or Vando. One of the two. How much do we love Headphones On by Addison Rae? I think it's ass. Most of her songs grow on me, though. I think they're bad at the start. I think Addison Rae's best song is Aquamarine. Argue with a Wall. Vanderbilt's barely in the rotation. Yeah, like, there's so few matchups where he's playable, but he does have a role, at least. I'll look at it, Katie. Sunrise on the Reaping discussion when? I could do it whenever, but, like, I think I've put the audience in a weird spot where, like, because we're kind of watching the Hunger Games or reading through the Hunger Games series, there's a lot of people who are, like, kind of invested and not spoiled, so I feel like I can't really talk about it without spoiling it for people who are potentially going to read it later. Rui's disappointing as a player too. It's the series is young. I think ultimately like DFS should always start over Rui. If you're starting both of them, that's fine. But I think they should just play small ball. Luka, Austin, LeBron, Rui, DFS should just be the lineup. Is the Mockingjay discussion still happening after we read America's Next Book? Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if we're going to do a Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes one, though, because that book is trash. Maybe I should read it again, though, give it another chance. What are we doing for book club next week? Has America announced the book yet? I know she did a poll, but she got her book in the mail today. You coming over tomorrow to hunt Easter eggs? My mom wants to know if you... Yeah, I'll be there. I do want to do a road trip. I love road trips. Quinn, where could we road trip? What would be a fun spot that we haven't been to? Nice pass, Austin. Really good. It's trash because it snows POV. Please give it another shot. I think that isn't the reason it's trash. The reason it's trash is because the story's trash. And it doesn't make sense. And the Hunger Games are like the smallest part of the book. And Lucy Gray is not a real character. Okay, can I give my slight spoiler hot take about the Hunger Games series? The Suzanne Collins becomes like a children's author whenever she talks about the Covey. None of these characters have any distinct qualities. Lucy Gray and Lenore Dove are the same fucking person. That's my take. You could potentially save Songbirds of Sunrise if you ever need to take over the book club in the future. Kill me. I found nothing interesting about Lenore Dove. It was literally just reading Lucy Gray again. Just cast Rachel Ziegler. I'm going to stream for another like 20, 30 minutes. It's, again, very, very chill stream. Just want to catch up. Honestly, like, I feel like these kinds of streams are almost more of just like an Instagram live. But I like Twitch. I like the vibe. I was expecting this to be like a tense, watch the Lakers versus the Wolves, crunch time. It doesn't seem like that's where we're going. Technically, we haven't talked about Boston and law school like we were promised. Do you guys have questions about Northeastern? Do you guys want to see a campus tour? Would that be fun for you guys?
Literally, fuck off.
Let's see what materials about Northeastern law are on YouTube. Let's do it.
My name is Shawande. I am a third-year student at Northeastern University School of Law. One of the main things...
Thank you, Allie. And thank you, Carry Me Away 27. Thanks, Carrie.
...that appealed to me about Boston and Northeastern is that Boston is a very academic community. There are a lot of great schools, but I chose Northeastern because of its uniqueness. When I was applying to schools, I didn't see any other schools that had any programs like it.
It is true. Northeastern, this was very complicated to me because Northeastern's academic system is really dumb, and I like it a lot. Like, it's super unique. They do things in a really weird way. Like, there's no grade. And part of that was like, why am I going to like Looney Tunes school? But the other part of it is like, this sounds kind of nice.
School during the summer and during the winter, and on fall and spring,
it's fucked up doubly.
Participate in a co-op, which is an
Oh my God, Jonathan was able to sneak away from the cosplay convention to leave a message in my chat.
Internship with...
Isn't it cool when your friends check in on you? My heart is fluttering a little bit. First time Jonathan's reached out to me in years.
A practicing attorney or judge anywhere in the world in any practice area that a student could possibly imagine. And also the sort of variety of classes and the style of teaching.
It goes both ways, kid. Yeah, but you have to put it in perspective, Jonathan, of I'm a celebrity and have so much on my plate.
What have really kept me motivated and interested in remaining at Northeastern University.
My name is Audrey Robert Ramirez. I'm a law student at Northeastern University School of Law, and I am in a dual degree program combined.
It was so funny. Jonathan and I went out to a bar, or to a, I don't know what you would call it. I guess it's just a bar, a club, whatever. in Florida, and like Jonathan and I, Jonathan, if you guys don't know, high school friend, never like went out in high school. Like that's just not what our friend group did. Usually we all wanted to, but Jonathan was just like he wanted to read his books, you know. And then we go out to this place, and I'm like, "What drink do you want?" And he looks at me like a deer in headlights. And I'm like, "What do you mean? You don't go to a bar?" Like he's in college, he goes to bars, and he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "What drink do you want?" Like I'm gonna get a vodka Cran. What do you want? And he's like, "I only do shots." I'm like, "What the fuck? What do you mean you only do shots?" He's like, "Yeah, we do this Mario Party thing where like every time I lose a minigame, I take a shot." I'm like, "How many turns do you do?" He's like, 15. So I'm like, okay, either he's the best Mario Party player of all time, or he's getting blackout playing Mario Party like twice a week. Like blackout. What do you mean you're taking 8 shots? 9 shots of Fireball. Yeah. His liver about to fail any minute. He'd probably be so happy when he saw like a 3v1 minigame. He's like, "Oh, thank God. Relief." Binge drinking Mario Kart. Honestly, Jonathan, I don't think he's ever played Mario Kart. If he has, no, actually, he'd be bad at it. He only does shots. He has to drink like a beer or like a cider or something.
Combining a degree in law.
Jonathan, did you even know I was like where I was going to law school? Is this the first you've heard about it?
And a master's in public health at Tufts University School of Medicine. And this is one of 5 or 6 dual degree programs that Northeastern University School of Law offers. The cooperative education program alternates 3 months of theoretical classwork and 3 months of cooperative work in the field. And that was very attractive to me because I like change and I like being able to apply the knowledge.
It seems super cool of like you're in school half the time and then you're working half the time. So you get that change of pace. Also, it's easier, I would imagine, the co-op, and like it gives you the opportunity to move around if you want. Say Boston's getting a little monotonous. I can go to Europe, I can go to Australia, I can go to New York, I can go to, Nashville, like you can change things up for a shorter period. They don't help you out with just got slapped with a minute ad. Mods can get ads. It's fucked up. See you, Jonathan. But like the housing part of that sucks because you get like this year-long lease and then you have to fucking do something with it when you leave. So you have to like sublet it and then get another place, and it's very complicated. But like other schools, you don't have that opportunity. They're just like throwing your ass in classes. So schools like these accept you because they know you're academically capable. It's honestly refreshing that they're prioritizing preparing y'all for the actual workforce. Yeah, I mean, they're just a quirky school. I mean, they're quirky undergrad, too. They have another weird system like this. But it works for me. Ants limping into the locker room. That's kind of a bummer. That'd be a sad way for the Lakers to win the series. Thank you, Night Cheese, for gifting Allie. What's up, Allie?
I've acquired in a...
Is Northeastern a 10-week program, too? I don't think it's 10 weeks. I think it's longer.
A true natural
But I could be wrong.
setting. I've had exposure to government work. I've had exposure to nonprofit organizations.
I would say they could make better videos promoting the law school.
Pro bono cases. So there's really a wide range of opportunities in the co-op program. I was also interested in studying...
Don't shade
in a
Indiana
city
with Quinn in the chat.
is filled with academia. And I thought that was important for 3 years of intensive study in the study of law.
In terms of adjusting to Boston and being in a larger city, this is my first time living in a city of this size. It's pretty easy to get around in. I ride the T everywhere I go. I get a pass for $60 a month, and I can ride.
They have an esports team? Good question.
That allows me to go down to the JFK Museum. Can also go to Cambridge very easily to see events that are happening at other local universities. And the commute is also a
Why won't he just say Harvard?
good place to catch up on some reading.
Do you have any kind of idea what law you want to eventually do? I always say medical malpractice in my applications and casting, to be honest. But no, I have no idea. No idea at all.
The city of Boston is relatively diverse. It's
That relatively is carrying up the weight of the world. It is relatively diverse. I mean, the campus is, and the school is. Any private university usually has the same like diverse demographics. But I think Boston, for being a city in the Northeast, is about as like, I don't even know if white's the right word, but like maybe racist is just the right word. They're all racist though. Like the country's racist, but I think Boston has a worse reputation than a lot of these places.
city with lots of charm, Northeastern is located right on the southern edge of the city in
Yeah, I don't know about that, Jerry.
mecca of schools and hospitals and museums. The Boston Symphony is 2 blocks down from our school. We share our campus with the larger Northeastern University, which is a benefit.
The law library underwent.
I think this video is slightly useless. Let's try again. Damn. Clearly, when you get accepted into Northeastern, they give you a year-long subscription to PowerPoint.
From the minute you get here, we're going to enlist you in the project of thinking about who are you, how did you get here, what does the law have to offer you, and where are you going?
Are these from a decade ago? Is that right? Fuck. All right, let me lock in. Wait, do you guys want to watch BB 25 August 21st Life and Update? Oh, I got one from 14 years ago. The fuck is this video?
The amendments to the United States Constitution are our nation's ultimate acknowledgement that change is essential for progress. That's why at Northeastern, we seek to amend traditional notions of what legal education can achieve. We believe in practical training, so we guarantee you'll graduate with a year of real-world experience. Take the opportunity to immerse yourself in intellectual property or shape our nation's policies. With 900 employers across the globe, you could find...
All right, my first course of action when I get to the school is make a YouTube video.
yourself promoting healthcare rights, saving the environment.
Bro, just go to TikTok. TikTok is scary. There's mean people there. What if I could just stay in my little box where no one can hurt me? Yeah, I got one of these. It's in Florida. I need them to send it to me. I need chapstick. And a metal straw. Oh, you guys are digging way too deep, Tom and Katie. It was the day where I convinced them to still backdoor heist him. Whatever day that was, 20th or 21st. It was with Scally. This is where the hefty tuition payment is going to? Yeah, it's metal straws. You know what's crazy? We were in New York, and all the straws were plastic. I was like, damn, this is really Trump's America, huh?
So she says she in love with a rock star, wanna smoke my weed, so she asked me where
Is that 7:30 a.m.?
the top saw, top drawer. Yeah. Just some motherfucking kids.
I might be confused, but from where I'm sitting, it looks like she was just at law school from 8 a.m. to 4:50 p.m. That has to be a mistake, right? Like, it's just like a 2-hour thing. You go to the law school, take your class, and come back, right? Right? I think she had a mistyping somewhere here. No streams, GG. The nice thing is the law school is like right across from the student union, the gym, things like that. So like hopefully I can gym during the day between classes or something and eat, and like by the time I get back to the apartment, I'm like done with everything is my goal. But I also know how I am, and like between classes I'll probably be reading for the next class because I didn't do it the day before. So but that's me being ambitious. Why do I feel like law school is just reading 50-page legal case studies every day? I think oftentimes it's less case studies and just cases themselves. Like you're actually reading the manuscripts, or the transcripts rather. But every class kind of just has a final is how it works. Like there's just a final exam. So you don't have like assignments to do along the way. It's just about staying on track as it goes. So you're going to have less like, I have to pull an all-nighter to do homework here. It's a lot more, you just have to do the readings, and it's a shitload of reading.
God, thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day.
All right.
Thank you for pain.
Anybody gifts 5 subs right now, I'll have this guy as a guest on stream, first stream in Boston.
Thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy. Thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
Do you think this was he had to go pick up the tripod situation?
And thank you for this life, so we haven't played. The ups and the downs, it's just a part of the game. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Ride the
Strong emphasis on public service, diversity, and inclusion. Honestly, that is something that is... this is about to sound like the most like ally pick-me shit ever. That is very important to me, just because now in the Trump era, you see a lot of universities like bend the knee, kiss the ring. And the amount of Black Lives Matter signs we saw in Northeastern, or like banners or whatever, was actually like ridiculous. Like there were so many, which by the way, like first of all, obviously Black Lives Matter isn't a trend. People who treat it like a trend, that's bad. But in 2020, there's a lot more Black Lives Matter paraphernalia than there is now. Northeastern, it feels like it's 2020. It's crazy. So that's cool. Like, I like having a liberal university that I don't think is stupid as shit, like Vanderbilt. Even though, like, Vanderbilt, I guess, is liberal, but it doesn't seem like they act that way. Maybe because of state funding, but not many in downtown Nashville. It was cool walking around Boston, and like all the churches had fucking like trans flags on them, trans rights flags. I'm like, that's crazy. Comparing that to Nashville, or Florida, anywhere really. Even New York wasn't as, maybe I was going around the wrong churches, but that's pretty cool. I won't rest until organized religion is gone entirely. This is kind of a fucking ominous video. I'll show you guys this. Can I take my deposit back? It's a little scary. In Boston, you could freeze your balls off. Well, forget it. Never. What? Huge half-court shot to cut the lead to 42. It's not actually 42. What's the lead? It's not 42. Only down 16? Oh. Right now, I'd bet on the Lakers. Even money. All right, first week at Northeastern. Come on. You could have found a better view than this. You have one ball? I thought that's what you were alluding to, which is crazy. But yeah, I do have one ball. Barely one. I did not get much information from this TikTok, I'll be honest.
Airplane mode.
We did go to the bakery they showed. It was delicious. This is barely showing it. Can we get a sound up? Yeah, you don't say.
Okay, so I am currently pre-law at Northeastern, but I didn't always know I wanted to be pre-law.
This is undergrad. Don't care. Don't care about this.
Hi friends, so like I mentioned, I'm taking the LSAT this weekend. I'm taking it tomorrow, so I've been busy with that. Today, I'm relaxing.
I don't know why. I want her on Big Brother. She has an interesting way of speaking.
Hey guys, today I'll be talking about how
Weird flex. Who would publicize that information? I saw a meme that was like millennial gets married. Comment. So I did a thing. Cracked me up. So I did a thing. Getting engaged.
Northeastern University School of Law accidentally sent out acceptance letters to thousands of current and former applicants, giving them one brief shining moment of hope when they thought their parents might actually be proud of them. Northeastern
That's pretty funny. Did they do it again? And accepted my deposit? That's cold.
And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you.
If you know, you know. Real law students get this joke. You guys wouldn't get it.
Hey, you know what? That Northeastern Law School has sent out 4,000 acceptance letters by mistake. I hope I'm on the list. What about you? But anyway, you know, I think they're really onto something. There are some people, including myself, that think that we could go to law school and just pick up from the beginning, you know, without their law degree, undergraduate studies, because some
Praying she's in my lab.
things, you know, being older, you've just gone through life experience.
Okay, I'm going to redirect these TikToks to Big Brother casting.
You made it so far, and you will study harder. And I think I could get a 2-year degree. What about you? You know, they need to consider that, because some of these degrees don't require all that undergraduating, you know, going on. And, you know, law school, medical school, well, maybe not medical school, because you do need to know the bronchial tube from the fallopian tube.
This filter is so unsettling.
You know, so maybe you need at least a year of undergraduate school so that you can, you know, gain some common sense that you might not get in real life. But anyway, I think I could get that law degree in a 2-year period, you know, and help the simple criminals. You know, I ain't talking about no hardened criminal. Now, what about you? You know, I can do the jaywalking tickets and all the things that people think are frivolous cases.
What is she talking about?
I don't know, you know, like the coffee at McDonald's, that could maybe go both ways, because it depends on how scalded you get, you know, with that. But anyway, they can stop tying up the courts, the hard court cases, you know, because all of us 2-year degree graduates, you know, will be able to handle those, and then they can pass the harder cases on to those people.
I want her on the podcast. Desperately. All right, one more, then I watch the Lakers game.
So there's usually not that many law...
Don't care. All right. Where's Northeastern? I'm locked in. Healthcare law, number 9. Let's go. Maybe that's why they accepted me and gave me money. Because I did kind of say that. Weird flex. 28 Lakers run. All right, guys. You got me. I'm watching the Lakers now. No more fun. I think you guys have to remember, this is what it's like rooting for the Lakers. Like, they have terrible nights and good nights. 12-point game? Okay. Luka's got 37 points on like 54% shooting. Jesus. Why is Julius Randle having a fucking legacy series right now? Westbrook was fucking horrible. I'm sorry. He makes a lot of good effort plays. He should never be in a closing lineup ever. The amount of ridiculous decisions he made, it was like pissing me off. Vanderbilt's attacking the rim. It's so over for us. Okay, good rebound. Are they still on the floor over there? One of them is. The Timberwolf. Naz Reid. That's what it's like to root for every team except maybe the Thunder, Cavs, and Celtics. Yeah, I think the Lakers are particularly unique because it feels like more often than not, it's an effort thing when they're terrible. Like they have very waxing and waning efforts, which is partly LeBron's fault. Luka has this tendency too. Like both of them are kind of, LeBron as a result of his age. Luka is kind of how he is, but. My granddaughter is attending the state for 2 years and then transferring to Georgia. Nice. Very cool. Georgia's got really good, all their grad schools are really good. Or post-grad schools. Oh, come on. The Sixers have been like the 3 seed for the past few years. Last year they were a playing team, but now it's very painful to be a Sixers fan. You still got some good young players, though. I think they're less screwed than a lot of other teams. The Paul George move was just kind of diabolical, but this is the Lakers strat. First Ant, now Nas. That is Vanderbilt's role. Injure everybody. Do you know why your last stream VOD got like 25K views? Did it? I'm a star. I don't know. I bet people just checked in to see what law school I was going to. I didn't tweet or post about the law school stuff, is my guess. Anonymous. Thank you for the 10 gifted. How are you doing, Anonymous? You still the same Anonymous crew? I'm assuming you guys are. I appreciate it. Have you guys gifted 10 subs every stream since I've been back? I like this. Again, I need to take more lengthy breaks. They got to a Game 7 with Boston. It was exciting. But again, thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate it. Matt Ligori got a sub. He's lurking.
Literally.
Bastard. Whenever Philly gets to a Game 7, it's over. We lose. Well, honestly, shout out to James Harden. Played great today. I think he's going to play great all series and then get absolutely shit on by the Thunder if they get there. I think he's going to be terrible. But I do think if this series stretches out, he'll be really good. I'm thinking other law students might be on Twitch or something because it's 10 times your normal viewership on your other VODs. Yeah, but maybe that's just the case when you have an announcement. I don't know. 25K though? Big. I think he just falters when the defense has enough physicality on the perimeter, which is most teams in the playoffs. But the Nuggets don't. So he's allowed to just kind of be comfortable and play his game. I enjoy being a student much more than working, but how to parlay that into a career? Well, to be honest, do you know the job you can do that'll feel the most like being a student? There is a correct answer, and it's a very obvious answer. Being a teacher or a professor. Your schedule is almost identical. The atmosphere is the same. A lot of people do it. It's obviously not very lucrative being a teacher, but a lot of teachers find ways to make it work. Tutoring or whatnot. Also, being a professor, genuinely, you can get a pretty high income. It was fun. Yeah. I think teaching sounds really awesome. I would love to do it if I found a way that it would make sense. God, LeBron is so good. I feel like academics and market research could be good for you and pay as well. I would say research maybe. Market research I think is I'd be surprised if someone enjoyed both those things. They're very different. Academics and market research. You could eventually be a law professor. Yeah, look, if I committed to I want to be a professor, I want to be a law professor. I think I could pursue that path. It's just I feel like most law professors they do something else for a while and then they're trying to settle down somewhere and they decide to be a law professor. I think you'd be a great tutor. I think I'd be better at being a professor than being a tutor. I think with a big group, it's almost like giving presentations, giving speeches, giving lectures, whereas a one-on-one thing is more, one of my buddies is a teacher. He still needs a second job. I mean, if you're like a grade school teacher, high school teacher, yeah. I mean, you have to be living in a very cheap area. And the cheaper area you live in, the less money you're getting paid. So that's kind of a tough spot. That's a shit job. You get summers off. That's the benefit. It's a real benefit. Oh my god. Jump ball. Nice. Now this game's fucking cooked. They're down, what is that, 16? 18? I think it's 16. My dad's a high school teacher. My mom's a preschool teacher, so I feel that pain. That is cute. That's all a benefit. My mom was a elementary school teacher for a very short period, and she hated it, and they moved her to the office. She's still there. She's moved around a little bit. She's at the Temple instead of the early childhood now, but she was a teacher. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. Tri-state area teachers are paid well. I'm sure they're paid more, but they also get more taken from taxes and like cost of living's higher. So I think it's pretty similar at the end of the day. I feel like the grade school teachers literally have the most important job too because of how rapidly the brain develops in elementary school. Yeah. You know, it's funny. Like, I feel like my elementary school teachers were in a lot of ways more... No, I disagree. Okay, this is going to sound weird. I actually don't think elementary school teachers are that formative in, like... Here's my argument, right? I feel like my high school teachers, college professors, had so much more of a bearing on my life than my elementary school teachers because they were all just good and nice people. And, like, ultimately, their job is to teach you, like, the basics, right? And most people can get you... I don't even know if I agree with what I'm saying. Obviously, it depends on your home life. But I just think... Like, I've always... Like, I don't have many memories of, like, elementary school teachers like that. Like, I remember them all. I liked them all. Molly has most of them at this point. Recency bias, maybe. It's harder to quantify. Yeah, maybe that's just a better way of putting it. You're just a kid. You're so young. It's almost hard to, like, get much out of it. You're probably right, doofus. I don't know why I'm trying to make this argument. It feels like a losing battle. Yeah, that makes sense, Jess. I agree with you there. All right, y'all, I think I'm going to get offline. It's at that stage of the night where, like, if we're going to see a movie today, like, now is, like, the last time to make that decision. Also, I'll watch the rest of this horrendous fucking Lakers game. If they win, you're going to see a diabolical tweet from me. Probably no stream tomorrow, and yes, stream Monday would be my guess. Tomorrow we'll upload For Real on the Patreon. That has good audio, I promise. Podcast back on Tuesday. Clock Tower on Monday. Does he do it on Mondays now? Or I guess maybe because of Easter. I don't know. Maybe. If I get asked. We'll see. But that's been it. Is anyone live? Any of the homies? Please tell me not Quinn. Please tell me not Quinn. That's the RHAP Patreon. Got it. No one. Okay. I'm going to get off. Appreciate you guys. Just chill. Next